Hey, how you guys doing? Let us take a look to see what we got for tactics. Excuse me. Alright. One second. Sorry about that. Okay, let's do it. Alright, we're back in the fray. Back in the fray again. We almost have mate here. Let's see, check. He comes here. Check. And that should be mate. Oh. Okie dokie. Let's see, check. Let's back, check. There we go. So let's see what that was. Okay, a mate and +3, mating net, and vulnerable king. That was the patterns, the mix of patterns. If we take the queen, it's perpetual. There's no way of getting out of perpetual at that point. Let me see if we take rook h e1. Well, yeah, there is no way because of the pawn. There's no way of getting out. So if we take, he goes rook h e1. If we go king f2, he goes back forth, and we can't escape because of these pawns here on this side, the h and g pawn. So now we have to decide which way do we want to basically run to be able to win. Do we want to go king? We only really have one way to go to, don't we? We might think about no, that doesn't work either. I was thinking about king d5, but then queen b3, and then we go back and it's I'm not sure. Let me see. King f5. If he tries checking on d3, we can actually go king f6. Yeah, I'm gonna go king f6. That's fine. But hold on, I thought that's a perpetual. Hold on, let me see. It's not perpet. We calculated all that out. That should, let's see here. Oh, I could take. Ah, drat. Oh, it's not fun. Not fun at all. See, rook takes bishop. See, bishop takes pawn. So if we take, he moves his king, or he could intercept there. Then we take, queen takes, and then pawn takes. Let's slow down here. Slow down and think through this. Slow down and think through it. I'll put it over here. Calculate it in. Calculate it in. Okay, let's see here. Rook moved from F2 to G2, so in theory we have potentially queen F4. The threat is then we'll play rook E1 check. Rook takes E1. Rook takes E1 mate. That's the idea. Or let's see here. Queen E3 check. Let's see, queen E3 check, king H1, queen F3, queen F4 makes the most sense. It's a silent move. So does he really have anything though that he can? Well, yeah. So rook f4, queen d2. So rook f4, queen d2, rook rook f1 check, takes f1. Okay, yeah, that doesn't work because he can when we play queen f4, he has queen d2, and that stops our idea. We play queen f4. Sorry, not f4. Queen f3. Uh, no, it is queen f4. Sorry, queen. It is queen f4. Queen d2. And I don't really have anything after that. We can't win the queen because if we do the check that he takes, we try to win the queen, he gets a back rank mate on e8. He'll take our rook on e1 and then come down and take on e8 and be a back rank mate. I'm thinking that potentially this has to move the move here. This is the only move. Now we check here. And then let's see here. So check. Check. He takes, we take. No, check, 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 and we grab that. Yeah, it was this move I'll show you. Check. And then once the king comes up, yeah, here, we take the queen. Oh, I have an idea. Knight, f4, check. King, if he goes g1, then we could play queen takes f3. Queen takes f3. And threaten mate. Because we guard g2. And he moves back. Well, we could check with the rook at that part. Yeah, we'll work through that because I want the group to see. This was a really cool one. If he comes here, this automatically seals for a mate, so he can't come there. If he comes here, first of all, we take there, and if he takes here, this is what we're talking about here. And you got that for mate, or you got that for mate. And then if he takes here, you have that for mate. So you have the whole house. Queen takes G. This is what the computer says. It's funny. Takes bishop. Okay, G8. I take, and then we take. So it's just they can't stop it. So that was a fun one. That was fun, really fun. Oops. Sorry, I forgot to put a check there. If king C if king C8, basically that's his only move. We can play queen takes F 8 check. I want to see if our line was correct first before we go on. So you grab that, he comes there. So queen back, queen d6, so far so good. And then d8 is mate. Okay, gotcha. Let's see, we have over 3. So c2, king c2, knight e3 check, king d3, c2, knight e3, d3. I think we win on that point there. queen e3? Oh. Oh, queen e3. I was thinking that we would get him on when we went up here and he came up here, that we can grab there, and if he tries, then we have c3. Okay, gotcha. Should have remembered that. That's yeah. It's my fault there. I overreached a little bit too much. That attacks. Queen e3 attacks the bishop. Yeah. Queen e3 attacks the bishop, and the knight hangs. But let's see. But it could be protected via knight g4 saves. Knight g4 is a save. Yeah. Boy, I'm trying to. Oh, that's true. That's right. Yeah. I was looking at that. That's an idea too. We gain one pawn. We do surrender the two bishops though. And then he gets the two bishops, so I'm not sure. That's interesting. So bishop, let's see. We do win a pawn. Sometimes that in a position, Jeremy Silman said that's the best that you can basically have. So let's go for it. Yeah. I have no idea what does that do. Oh, it protects the queen. It protects the queen, and then we win the. Yeah, because now even if he comes over and does this, and then he plays here, we can actually still take if need be. But I don't know if I would want to take because I think it's just. Oops, sorry, you can't take with the pawn. My bad. That's a bad move. Don't take there. That's bad. That's bad too. So maybe something like this would happen. We'd be up a whole piece. So we are kind of in a cramped position with this here. So I think it's with proper play from Black, potentially a draw because he has 4 passers. Even though we're up a piece, we do have a passer on the. Not passer, we have a majority, but look at this majority. And ours is more advanced, so you gotta say, but Black does have better active pieces. So I'd say the computer gives it a 3 because it's a whole piece, but it's debatable. So let's give that a. There we go. I don't think that was the best move by the whoever played. That was a panic move. Jeremy Silman does not like panic moves. He says those aren't good for players. What happens is you start when players get into I'm reading the amateur's mind. When they get into a panic state, they like just go berserk. And see, there's a way of going berserk that's smart, and then there's a way of going berserk that'll basically you want to live to see another day. That's what I'm trying to say. And some players don't do that. They get a little excited and scared, and they'll actually like just do bad moves, he says. And they forget the main things. Like, he says that a lot of players forget that squares could be targets. Players forget that that you can actually attack pieces. You can, like when you are going for a queenside expansion, you want to make sure that your opponent's counterplay doesn't get going. And so I'm reading about that part of Jeremy Silman, and I'm like, it's a rude awakening, for a chess player. Queen takes, okay, yeah, yeah, that's mate. You take, and then you deliver checkmate. Yep, because of this here. Simon Williams talked about a mate that he had like this with a player, Grandmaster Simon Williams. His nickname is Ginger GM. Wowzers. Hmm. Or maybe this. I'm thinking potentially that. What do you think? What do you think? Let me see here. So that we could check that out. Bishop G3. Yeah. That makes sense. Yeah, I was thinking of that too, but Let's take a look at this though. That is interesting. If we take here, he'll take, if he takes there, and we're winning. That's what I was thinking. So if we take here and king takes, and we take here, we are equal material. There we go. Yeah, I was just looking at a different line, because we got the line right. We got the line right. Takes a2, there takes. I don't know if that's, we get enough from that. Let's take a look at this line here. Knight takes d3. Let's just check the most forced in line. Queen takes d3, and then queen takes f4. Check. But we only pick up a pawn in that line. Right. I put this line in. I believe this is the line that kind of, I don't know if it wins or not here. That's for the knight takes a2. We must have jumped our knight in maybe from like b6 to b4. So we have our knights well placed. Oh boy. We could try rook d8. That'd be interesting to take over the open file and attack the knight. But we can't do that because he'll take our knight. Bad move, bad move, bad move. Let's see, knight. Yeah, that's. That's. Well, we'd be up a whole, let me see, pawn, and then we can bring our rook over. Start playing after we, of course, win our pawn. Let's see, knight c a2, king c2, knight knight a3. A2. check, king c2. Yeah, I'm just gonna go with the takes because that's the best I can see at this present moment. And we'll just grab the pawn. Knight d2 check. King comes over there. Oh, knight. E5 and we win a piece. Knight e5 and we win a piece. I'll be right back. I'll put it on unrated one. I'll be right back. Okay, let's take a looky. Okay. There. I think that's the move. I'm not sure what he's gonna move after that, because I don't really see any good moves for our opponent. Oops, no. Yes, that's right. Sorry, let me see here. I want to make sure. SU takes. There, rook D takes. Bishop takes. Oh yeah, and then we can play queen there. Yeah. Yeah. Uh-oh. No, not that. Sorry, guys. I clicked the wrong one. There we go. There we go. There's rated. Yeah, it wins. At least we're still up a rook in that line. We have to give it back to get the knight, but then the bishop takes, the queen comes up, attacks the bishop, protects the rook, we move the king, and the rest is history. We're doing really good. Oh, whoa, we have a discovery. Nice. Nice. Let's see, how can we use it to our max advantage? Maybe we could set the queen up for a fork. Maybe a forking idea. One second. I'll be right back. Oh. I like knight b8. Knight b8. Queen b7. No. What if we sack a bishop? I know this sounds funny. d7, queen takes d7, and then knight b8 maybe. Sorry, gotta change the big B to a small b. I'm liking the rook to c8. Is something different? Well, I don't know. I'm okay with trading off my queen for two rooks. But because then what we could do is do a check on the king. Well, we can move. We could do a discovery check at that point on the king, and then maybe set up something. I saw this from an idea. I'm trying to remember. Okay, with right here, check takes there. No. Let's just do this. Well, we'll get this one. I'll be. Oops. Well, this. Oops. Sorry about that. I was gonna do it to the next one. That's okay. Hey, we get to redo it in our mind. Okay. Next one. I'll be right back. 1 second. Some people are like that with tactics, and we're getting there. Yeah, it's really windy outside, so I had to get a flashlight just in case the power goes out. So if I lose you, it might be because of that. It's really windy. There's a huge windstorm coming through. So, well, I think we'll be okay, but there's a lot of wind outside right now. Let me see here. Okay, Queen. There's a couple lines that I'd like to look at. Queen H8. Check. Let me see. We got extra points. I think that was. See, we might have seen the best line. They might have been okay with an okay line in that line. But we did the best line, so it said we got +1, but we actually got +4 in points. So that's cool. That was really cool. That's what I'm thinking too. That wins like the whole entire kingdom and everything in its path right there. Yeah. Yeah, that this move's like devastating. Yeah, it's like, hello, we're home. Yeah, that's hanging, that's hanging, that's hanging, it's like the whole entire house just collapsed. No supportive beams. Or as the are in pattern recognition of stocks. The lines have crossed, and now the sailors are the ones who are selling are in office. Are selling right now. Okay, that's funny. Okay, resistance and support. That's what I mean. Okay. That was it. That was a fun one, really fun one. That was totally fun. I gotta say that was a fun puzzle because it showed that they gave you like 5 different options and you had to choose the correct one. Still good, still good. Let's see here. Do, 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 do. Okay, so knight there. Knight on the rim is grim. So unless it does something which it's trying, it really doesn't have anything to do. I don't see. This move is a dubious move, except it does have the knight h4 has one idea. White wants to play f4. White wants to play f4. That's what this is what White wants to play. He played knight h4 so that f4 can be played, trying to go after our king. So that's kind of the idea behind that, is the f4 idea, to get this line I in our f file, but way too slow. Too slow. I don't like that. That's what Jeremy Silman says that you should always do, is ask what is your opponent's idea, and don't do reactive chess. So try to find out what your opponent's idea is, and then you implement your plan based around that. What that means is you may have to take a second to make a couple stopping moves, maybe to stop his pushing. Excuse me. And then you continue on with your idea. Don't get reactive. Don't just move because you're being attacked. Don't do that. He says eventually what happens is you'll end up losing because you've lost focus on your ability to see your plan, and you're just basically, whatever your opponent does to you, you're allowing it to come to pass because you're reacting to every move. That's what I'm learning. It's really I think everybody should reassess your chess. Yeah. Let's see here. No, Amateur's Mind. Sorry, Amateur's Mind is a good one for a chess player to start out on. That's my opinion. Yeah, full of a lot of information. You need to. What I do is I get a board, a physical board. Yeah, but I gotta tell you, it's got. I get a board and I play out the games, and then I read along with what his students say, and then what he says, and it really helps with. You should be able to, I know, to be able to see it in your head. I know that, but I just like to have the ability of seeing the board, seeing what is on the page, and it's like he's teaching you, and you kind of have to get into that bubble that yeah, that bubble. I guess that's the best word. The chess bubble when you're studying. Let me see here. I remember what my grandfather told me. He told me that you can learn something from almost anybody, good or bad. So, like, you can learn what not to do and you can learn what to do. So, we can take, some of the areas that maybe a player doesn't prefer. Yeah. And actually, my grandfather told my mom, and then my mother told me. So, she said she heard that from her dad. So that'd be that's my grandpa. So like I always remember what my mother and father told me too, that we're built on the shoulders of giants. So you have to keep that always in remembrance when you're doing something, that the ones that have gone before you have made it so that you could be able to do what you're doing. And that's how I treat when I go into over the board games. I treat every game like that. Okay, yeah, he was. Let me see here. Um, Boy, this is very interesting because I can see that potentially we could pull a bishop on. Let me see. Oh, g5. Interesting. Yeah, you're thinking like Ginger GM there. You're thinking like Simon Williams. He's like, I get to throw my friend Gary and Harry up the board. That would get a pretty good attack going there for sure, for sure, for sure. Man, it's too bad we couldn't get to the knight somehow. If only we can get to this knight. We're on the same diagonal as the knight. Ooh, interesting. Hmm. Let's see, g4. I think you're right on that. Wait, let me see. Hold on. I think that wins a piece now. Oh, yeah. I'm just taking a look. Oh, I think it was a study. Somebody made this one. This is a computer one, I think. 2549. That's what I'm thinking. I think that kind of has to be the line. It's the most force. That's the most forcing line. Excuse me. Whoa. Well, this puts it in front of the pawn. If we do it the other way, I think he has access to our. He could, after we take d takes d takes c3, queen takes c3. Then they could actually, though they're attacking c6 at that point. They're attacking the c6 pawn, which would then attack our rook. C takes, queen takes. They're attacking c6, which attacks our rook and our knight. And when we take towards this way, if the queen takes, then it's attacking nothing. Yeah, it's a big difference on that. Yeah, you have to. I'll show you because this is what would happen. I looked at that. I was like, when we first did this here, if you did that, he actually has this here. And but if we take this way, then he's attacking nothing, and we can just then move our queen. The idea I was looking at was this: if knight takes, king takes, and bishop takes, and we have 5 pieces against 3, which is enough. We have enough. We have one more extra piece than he does, because this would equal this army here. This would equal this army, so we're left with that piece extra. That one. Oh, right click. Right click. Okay, I'll just tell you. Right click, because it's hard to do it. Yeah. Sorry, you have to. You right click and then you pull and then you drop it. You have to right click, you hold, and then you pull and then you drop where you want the arrow to be. You have to click, hold, and then pull, click, hold, pull, click, hold, pull. You have to hold though. You have to click and hold. I think so. Let me see. Yeah. Yeah, but this is a lot more loose here. This you can, yeah, I guess it does do the same. You don't get to do bubbles though. Yep. Drag and pull. Yep. But there chess.coms is a little bit tougher. You have to hold and then actually pull. So it's kind of a little bit of a pain. We'll have to, next time we do a puzzle, I'll see. Because I'm so used to doing it. I have to think to actually explain it. We'll get it fixed. We'll get it set up for you. Don't worry. Okay, let's see here. Okay, dokie. Oh, oops, so bye. I'm thinking King F4. I want to go King F4 and then reroute my rooks and see if I can't get some attack going with a mating idea. Yeah, King F4. Then I'd like to do this. Then Rook A, Rook A, H1, and then mate would follow on Rook H, and 1H, or is it? I think it's 1H7, 6 mate. I think that's how you do it. That would be that would lead to towards mate because we guard that. Well, if he goes King F4, King F4, King G6, then Rook H, no, A H1, and I think he went at that point. Yeah. So King F4, rook g2, rook h ah1, and we should be good at that point, because now we're threatening basically to checkmate our opponent. We're getting close, really close to checkmate at that point. Combining those ideas. Let's give it a shot. Oh, so I was. That's strange. That's interesting. Let's redo that again. Okay. That's peculiar. Yeah. Had the right idea, just wrong mix at the wrong time. Yeah. We got the right idea, just wrong, like what you're saying, wrong move order. Yeah. It's just he's gonna try to castle at this point. Are we? Is there anything better, like rook takes e7? Yeah, rook takes e7, king there. I'm thinking that, yeah. Let me see here. There. Yep. See, there was something better. Alekhine was correct. When he said that, you know what? Look for a better move. I like bishop takes e5. I think that's the best line. You pick up a piece, but I'm not sure. Oh, true. Yeah, I see what you're saying. Funny thing is, I did see this. Good. How you doing? There you go. So this, and there. All right, perfect. And then mate. I want to see what happens with our idea. If we take here. Okay, queen b5. Wow, the computer was wrong on that line. It said at the beginning that this was winning. Whoa, and then it changed. That's creepy. Okay, let's do this thing. We're going. We'll do two more. We'll do two more. All right, let's get this down. Let's get this down. Okay, we gotta focus down now. Make sure we see every line. Ay, ay, ay. Wow, white's in a pretty big pickle here. Yeah, mate all over the place. Yeah, he's got mate on a G1, H1. Rook, yep, rook mate on H1. That's right. I'm thinking about. I like the rook takes G3. I like that idea. That removes all the pressure. We have enough material to compensate for that. Yeah. Should we move our king at this point? Or should we go for bishop takes rook? I'm thinking, yeah. I'm thinking this is a good follow-up, yeah. And then... Yeah. Oops. Uh-oh. Yeah. I didn't see that. Let's try that one more time. I should have seen that. Didn't I needed to take some I should have taken some time to look at that. That was my fault there. Let's see here. Pooh, okay. Okay, we have the old potential mate on. We'll do two more because I want to get two right. So we'll do this one and then we'll get this one right, then the other one. So Queen E1 check is an idea. Queen E1 check. If King, so Queen E1 check. If King F4. Queen E5 mate, so he can't do that. Bishop would come in at that point. Queen E1 check, King G2, Bishop F1 check. King H2, Queen F2, and then it would end in mate. Okay, let's see here. See, Bishop, D3. Yeah, I had to get that line in my head right. Okay, one more. We'll do one more. One more. One more. Ooh. Perfect. Okay. Do you guys have any questions before I log off? All right. Oh, good. Okay. Guys, I want to thank you for logging on. Thank you for all your help. We're progressing. Some of those we get to a certain point and then we fall, we make a mistake. But hey, we're getting better. We saw that G move. That was a rough and tough one. We just didn't at that one point take time to calculate. We went with what we thought. Sometimes, if you're not sure, you kind of have that little spidey sense that there could be something a little more in the position. Heed that little tickle of hair or whatever Spidey had. That that sense that you should look a little deeper. And trust me, it won't fail you. You never know. Hey, what let's say you got a mate in like 8, right? But are you're gonna win a piece, or there could be mate. Why not check for mate? You're gonna win a piece anyways. So you know what? Either way, you win something. But sometimes the best thing to do is to see if you can't get a tiny bit more out of the position. And that's what the puzzles are kind of teaching me is you have to look a little further beyond what you're willing to go. Sometimes it takes as Jeremy Silman, the laziness out of chess because you can't be lazy when you get up to those 2200 level, 23 or 2500. We even solved one time at 2600, so we solved that once. That was cool. And so we have to remember that you can't be your brain can't be on hiatus as I like to say when you're doing those high levels. Otherwise it'll throw you back down into the lower level ones. And we want to stay in the high level. We want those complications so that we can train our brain to get better. Remember what Bruce Lee said though. You got to take what you know and then apply it because knowing and without application is nothing. So you have to take what you know and apply it to like an essay, like maybe if you're a stock trader or something, you can do it to a bar graph and those type of or candlesticks. Sorry, and you can take a look to see use those type of patterns and trends. Or in chess, we use patterns as well, but they're tactics. So willing is not enough. We must do. So remember, we have to take our will to the next level, which is actually doing it. Because you can will to do something, but unless you actually sit down and do it, it won't come to fruition. It'll only be what a will. You won't be able to like do a podcast or potentially write something down for the next generation. Maybe keep a chess notebook so that when the next generation comes up, they can see all the work you did, and you can leave like what Reinfeld and Horowitz left behind as well for books. The puzzles, they're in a kind of harder notation to read of chess, but they still left behind a lot of knowledge and understanding that this generation now is still using, and the generations to come. So I hope someday to be able to do that, and that the Lord uses me for that ability of helping the next generation in chess to grow in the knowledge of Him and in the knowledge that we are more than conquerors through this life. So we got to keep pushing forward. Like what we always say too. There are no limits. There are plateaus, and we must not stay there. We must go beyond the plateaus, and we must exceed to greatness using the mind the Lord has given us. And always, always, when you, my friends, get a title, never forget to give back. So, okay, and remember what we always do? We sharpen our swords, which is our tactical understanding. I said that again. And we keep our eyes on the prize, which is the board, and we don't let our brain get lazy. We keep pushing forward. And we do this one more thing too. We hang up our coat, we hang up our hat, we sit down and study. When most won't, we do, and that makes all the difference. All right. As Wesley so says through the Lord Jesus, as I say, God bless. I'll see you guys next time on Chess Cruncher TV. Have a blessed morning, afternoon, and evening. And Lord willing, I'll be back on tomorrow, and we'll keep pushing forward to greatness. Great job. 2 thumbs up. We're learning. Go Team Chess Cruncher. Hoorah. Be blessed, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye-bye.